Vlogmas Day 1, we are kicking off this joyous season with Barbie miniatures. If you want to understand the Barbie scale so you can make your own miniature designs and patterns for your children, students, or your business, if you want to know the best beginner tools you can start with, and if you want a few tips on recycling for your crafts, please continue watching, and part 2 of this video will show you a bunch of things you may have at home that can be used, recycled, and upcycled in a Barbie miniature house. Don't forget to subscribe to Karma Lately for more videos like this one, and let's get started. Welcome back, family, friends, and fans. It's Karma Lately. I just wanted to share with you guys some really fun techniques that can help you in your recycling, upcycling, and just making the best out of waste for your Barbie and for your Barbie doll house. For the most part, you can use what you have. I'm not opposed to purchasing things, tools, and materials that are going to make your life easier, but it's so wonderful to challenge yourself with the things that you have at home while saving the planet, while making the best out of waste. So I am going to get right into this tutorial today. And here is a Barbie doll. And this is an official Barbie doll. The packaging in the packaging on the box says Barbie, and we got it. My daughter got it actually for me at Target. So I'm using Barbie to create cloth patterns and to create furniture and different things for Barbie. I'm going to be working in the Barbie scale this year, and I already did quite a few things in the 1 inch equals a foot scale, so I'm going to be doing some things in the Barbie scale, and I'll tell you guys about the Barbie scale in just a little while. The first thing that we're going to do is just measure our Barbie. The reason why I said that the box said Barbie on it is because sometimes people will gift kids, a doll, and we don't really pay attention to the packaging, and then all of a sudden we realize this is not Barbie, this is actually taller than Barbie, or this doesn't even look like a Barbie doll, or this is smaller than a Barbie doll, and you have to be careful because that means that it is not in the Barbie scale. So something to think about. So this Barbie is about 11.5 inches. That is the height of an adult Barbie doll, female. I believe the male is a little bit taller, but the Barbie female, the fashion doll, is 11.5 inches tall. We're working with that scale. That means that it's the 1 inch equals 6 inches scale. You'll see it as 1-6 or 1:6. And by definition, it means the 1 inch in the real world is equal to 6 inches in the Barbie scale world. Now, if that means, let's say, for example, there's something in our world that we want to replicate. There is something that's 30 inches wide. Maybe it's a couch or something. It's 30 inches wide. In the Barbie world, you would have to divide the 30 by 6, and you would get 5, and that means that it would be 5 inches wide in the Barbie world. See what I mean? So that's the formula. However, the formula has a sliding scale, because sometimes we'll match it, and we'll do those dimensions, and sometimes it's too small, or sometimes it's too big. So you just have to, it's not like definitive all the time, depending on the item that you're recreating, but for the most part it is. So that's the scale. A fun fact that you guys don't know about me, I used to do miniature, well, some of you don't know about me if this is the first video that you're seeing on miniatures with me, and I didn't really talk about it much in my other videos, but I have been doing miniatures since for over 20 years, and my oldest daughter is 20, she's going to be 23 now in December. And my middle daughter just turned 19, and my youngest daughter is going to be turning 18 in January. I have 3 beautiful ladybugs. So I built them a dollhouse And I believe my oldest had to be, she had to be about 3, maybe 2 or 3 years old. And I built her a from scratch Barbie wooden dollhouse. I got some pieces cut for me at Home Depot, and with a little bit of help from their dad, and it was amazing. So just a reiteration on scale, it is extremely important that you are using things that are to scale, because when you don't have the right measurements, or when it doesn't look right, sometimes we can eyeball it and we can see, oh, it's too small for Barbie or it's too big for Barbie. That's because you're looking at it from a creative standpoint. If the Barbie world was the real world, what would it look like? And if it's off, then the whole thing is off. That's why it's so important. Okay, enough about scale. And I just want to go over really quickly some of the materials that I have and some of the tools that I have. If you don't happen to have any of these, I assure you that everything that I'm using is not very expensive, but you can use alternatively other things that you have at home if you don't have what I have. So don't be discouraged. Okay, now the first thing I want to just tell you guys, if you have seen this at the dollar store, this one was like really big. It has a lot of it's a self-adhesive decoration. I believe it's vinyl, and it's a pretty thick roll. So it actually was not $1, it was $4.50. I think I got ripped off. But anyway, when you open this and you cut a piece out, you have to remove it from another piece. And this is what that piece usually looks like. You remove it and you're left with this. Now, most people throw this away. I would suggest that you don't throw this away for 2 reasons. Number one, so this side is like the side that you could write on. See? You can write on this side. And it gives you the centimeters, and if you need the inches, you can just add the boxes together and it becomes inches. So this is great for planning certain things. But also on the other side, on the opposite side, which is a little harder to write on, well, with this pen impossible, that's because this side is like a non-slip side, and it is smooth and feels a lot like vinyl. And if you put paint on this, all you have to do is add water, rub it down with a towel, and it comes right off. So for me, what I'm using this piece today for, I'm using it to hold my glue gun, because some of the glue will go down here. And so it's very easy to make a mess of things, and I don't want to mess my desk. So I'm just going to catch all the hot glue on this and on this surface, and also the hot glue that falls sometimes can also make shapes that you can use. So I picked these up a little while ago, and you never know if we might need these. So they're easy to pull off on this surface. So that's why I never ever, unless I have too much paper, I try not to throw those away until I use it really, and destroy it pretty much. And that's how I make the best out of waste for that. Now I'm going to go into the tools. So you guys can see really quickly. So I like to have all of my tools that I'm going to use for certain projects. I like to put them all in a basket I take them out of their shelves and their boxes and I put them all in a basket, the things that I'm going to use today, so that way I'm not running around like a crazy person. So I have some washi tapes. I'm not very adventurous with washi tape colors. So I've got some washi tapes. I have some wire. I have acrylics. I have straws, nail polish colors, a huge binder clip. I cannot wait to show you guys what I do with this. And some dowels, some wood dowels. Also pens. Cannot wait to show you guys what I do with pens as well. I've got some black marker. I got a black marker. I got this gold one, because we're gonna need to make some, you know, adjustments on things as well. I also have these hair roller clips, which I do use for my rollers, but you can also use them in the Barbie scale world, just attaching things and using it for different things. Another thing that I use, scissors, X-Acto. I have two types of box cutters. I have this one and I have this one, which you can just snap off the tip as you go. I also have my pin vise, which this comes with a whole bunch of different drill bits, but you can use this to screw. I typically use this to like screw into wood and like really heavy cardboard, sometimes even plastic, depending. But that's what I use this pin vise for. And like I said, it comes with different sizes of drill bits, either smaller or bigger. This is just a hand drill. It's called a pin vise. Then I also have my awl, which a lot of you know I use this in my bookbinding, scrapbooking, junk journaling mostly, but you can also use this when making things. This is a really great tool for poking holes into as well. And this is a screw punch. It's like, this also comes with different sizes, bigger and smaller for this bit here in the front that will punch through anything. This is like really sharp, and it just like, when you press it down, it screws a hole that goes really deep. And so this is really great to poke holes if your hole punch can't get far enough. This is really cool to do it, and I've done it. I've used it with chipboard, cardboard. I think it's certain woods it even goes through as well. For now, these are the main tools that I can use, and I just keep them in this section here. That way I know all of them are right here. So I have everything in my basket, and I try to put everything, as I'm using it, I try to put everything back in the basket so that things don't get, you know, crazy. Also, I forgot to mention, I put the that vinyl wrap leftover. I covered this masonite board, and so now I'm going to be using this as my work surface today. So if there's anything that I'm gonna paint or cut or whatever, this is strong enough. Sometimes if you're using cardboard and it's too flimsy and you decide to use the box cutter, it can go right through your table. So this one is just it's a lot more difficult to get through. Also, I do encourage people to recycle. I do, and save certain things that you have, like bottle caps and different things. I don't encourage you to hoard. So, for example, these are all of the plastic things that I have that I've recycled, and I try to use them in projects, use them in things that I'm gifting people with or whatever, try to use them and not throw them away. Unfortunately, I can't save everything because then my home will be a hoarder's home, and that's not what I want. This bin is approximately, let's see, it's about 13 inches by like 5 3/4 inches and about 2 1/4 inches deep. That's all this is. And this has a whole bunch of things that I've recycled, from juice, spray bottles. Oh, these are all of the headphone pieces. I saved those. You'll see why later. This is supposed to have a cover. And this itself is, I'm actually going to use this container itself later. So I'll put that there. And so, yeah. And then I have this little stack of Legos in case I need it to like join certain things. But my brain works better when there's no clutter, and so if there's clutter around me or things are getting crazy, I won't produce a project. Like I just won't, until like there's been times where I've been sick and I have a mess maybe from the previous project that I wasn't able to clean up. I can't, like, I have to wait until I clean and do all of that. I cannot work on top of mess, clutter, and hoarding. So that I've given myself this much to save for plastics, and I've given myself this much to save for metals. Now, although there are a couple of earring pieces here and there, I do have a box of jewelry that's even smaller, because jewelry makes for really amazing chandeliers, and I'm going to do a really special chandelier for a Vlogmas, and so I'm going to be doing a lot of videos, and one of them is going to be the chandelier video. So like I said, I encourage you guys to save your things, but I am not by any means encouraging you guys to hoard. So that's that. All right, I want to thank you guys so much for watching and joining me. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much. I hope this was helpful, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.